Hey everyone, welcome to another Will I Buy It. In this video I'm gonna be chatting with you about all the new makeup releases and I'm gonna tell you if I want to pick them up or maybe I'm not interested at all and I'm not gonna be buying any of them. And of course, I always love to hear from you if you are planning to pick up any of these releases. What are your thoughts? Let me know. And then we're gonna get right into this video and into these new releases. So if you haven't been on my channel before, my name is Marley and I love making YouTube videos about makeup and beauty. I love trying out new makeup. I love keeping up with all the new releases. That's also why I do these types of videos. But I also like to keep myself a little bit in check and not to buy too much. And also focus on the things that I already own. So if that sounds good to you, if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, then don't forget to subscribe. I usually upload about 2 to 3 videos a week and would love to see you again on my channel. So usually I do this type of video every 2 weeks. Sometimes 3 weeks, kind of depends, but I love to do this pretty often to also just let you know what you can expect on my channel. And I always link the pages I read from down below, so if you want to know where I get this news from, then you can just check my description box. So I'm just gonna grab my phone and go back to the last thing that I talked about. Let's see what that was again. By the way, it's getting pretty hot in my apartment. It's pretty hot right now. It's pretty sunny and I don't live in an apartment that really stays cool in the summer. So if I'm a bit all over the place, that's probably why. Alright, so let's start with this. Beauty Creations and Itorres Beauty are collaborating and there's gonna be a new collection with a lip trio and a face quad eyeshadow palette. PR box is also available. This looks pretty cute. I'm not really familiar with this brand. I don't know a lot about Beauty Creation, so sometimes it's a bit hard for me to get excited about launches of brands that I haven't really heard about. I haven't really seen any reviews about their eyeshadow formula or anything like that, so it's hard to say for me. It does look pretty cute, but I don't think it's gonna be worth it. Also, I'm not a big fan of eyeshadow palettes where there are a lot of colorful shimmers but not enough colorful mattes to go with them. If I have a bunch of green shimmers, then I like to have the option to do like a green matte. Of course, there's this bluish shade in the bottom left corner, but I don't really see the looks I would do with this. This doesn't really have all the shades that I would want, so I'm gonna be skipping on this, but it does look pretty cute. Then the new Naked Cyber palette has been revealed. It's coming soon in September and it looks like a bunch of pretty light shades, a few light mattes and then some duochrome quite light shimmers. So when Urban Decay first releases their photos, like their promo pictures, I tend to not judge the palette based on that because they really don't know how to do product photography. It just always looks so bad and so bland the first time they release a photo. It always looks bad. It always looks so much better when people actually get the palettes, take photos and put that on Instagram and make videos about it. Then it's so much easier to see what it actually is like. So I think it's gonna be better. It's gonna look better than what I see here right now, but this looks pretty bad. Pretty light, pretty bland. I don't really know if I trust Urban Decay to make a good duochrome eyeshadow formula. I used to use naked palettes. I used to follow that trend, buy the naked palettes, but since buying the Naked 3, I don't believe I've ever really been interested enough to go for an Urban Decay palette. I just don't really trust the formula enough and they don't excite me enough. So I'm kind of basing this on the reviews that I've seen and I don't think I want duochromes in the Urban Decay formula. I think I'd rather just buy some singles or go towards indie to buy a palette and put my money towards that. This is also not really very affordable in the Netherlands. It's much more expensive as far as I know in the Netherlands to get an Urban Decay palette. So even if this were better than I'm expecting, I would probably not get this one. I just don't think that this is gonna be a formula for me that I will really like. Huda Beauty has come out with a new Obsessions palettes collection. This one is called the Wild Collection. These were revealed right after I posted my last Will I Buy It, and by now I've seen some reviews. I've thought about it for a little bit. At first I was pretty excited about the Jaguar palette because it's a little bit of that grungy cool tone color story that I think is really fall appropriate, that I would like to wear in the fall time. But after watching some reviews, I'm a bit unsure because I've heard some people say that they like it. I've heard some people say that they find it just okay. And some people said that they didn't like it. And I just don't know if I really need this, because I also really want that NARS kind of fall themed palette, the Climax eyeshadow palette. I really want that, and I feel like even though they are not dupes, they gave me the same vibes and I like the NARS color story better. But also I didn't really feel rushed to make this decision because I knew that I wasn't gonna be the one to get this video up first. I mean, in the Netherlands you can't get Huda Beauty in the store on the day it releases. We don't have Sephora here, we don't have all the options. It hasn't been that long that it's even available in stores or on any Dutch web shop, so it's pretty hard to get it soon here, and there were already so many videos up, so now I'm like, I'm just gonna wait and see. If I would get any of these ones, it would be the Jaguar palette. The other ones just don't speak to me at all. It's just a nice grungy cool toned color story, and that's just something I'm really looking for right now. I also did a video kind of duping the vibes of this one pretty recently. I think I'm just gonna wait and see, and maybe if I can get it on a good deal, on a sale, or maybe if I can see it in real life and swatch it, then I can make my decision. But I don't feel like I need this right now, and if I would buy it, I would just buy it for me, and I don't want to buy too much makeup this month. So I'm putting this on my list as something that I have to decide on, but there's a pretty big chance that I'm not gonna buy this in the end. If I'm gonna buy the NARS one, and I have that one, and I feel like it fulfills my needs, my wishes, my fall time, grungy, neutral, color story wishes, then maybe I will be like, I don't really need this. Also, I haven't really tried Huda Beauty that much. I only have one of her eyeshadow palettes, so I don't know if I really want to get into that, if I really want to try it, if I want to be the one to... It's just that I don't really know if I like this mini palette formula. I haven't tried it, so then it's a bit harder to be like, okay, I'm just gonna buy it right away. So maybe later on I will try more Huda Beauty, but not right now. Then we have some new Slimelight Multi-Mineral Hologram Highlighter by Freck. It's formulated with a complex of essential minerals to help balance and energize the skin. We have 3 shades for $28 each. Space Face is violet and purple, Beam Machine is bronze pink, and Big Bang is green and gold. It's already available. This name is kind of funny, but it makes me not want to buy it. I don't want anything slimy on my face. It doesn't really sound attractive. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like this, but when I heard this name, when I saw this name, I was like, I don't know, probably not. I also don't think, I'm not really in the mood for iridescent, colorful, duochrome highlighters right now. I don't really feel like I'm that person right now. I do have some. I'm not gonna throw them away. I'm not gonna throw them out. I use them from time to time, but I definitely don't need more. I quite like kind of a basic highlight. Not basic as in boring, but just a color that looks good with a lot of looks, that doesn't look too weird. I just love peachy and pinky highlighters, things like that. I don't think I'm really gonna be into this hollow kind of duochrome slime makeup. Nah, I don't think this is gonna be for me, so I'm gonna be skipping on that. Then I just made a Juvia's Place order. I made a Juvia's Place order with a few of their quads, and then they revealed this like one day later. This is the Juvia's Place Brows Eye Sculpt Eye Shade collection, and we have eyebrow pencils, brow pens, brow gels, and we have a palette, a 4-pan universal multifunctional powder palette. that can help create fuller brows, but you can also use it to create eye looks. And I'm not that into brows. I'm not really that person. I have one brow product that I really love and I use it all the time. I don't really find myself reaching for anything else if I buy anything new. There are just some categories in makeup that don't interest me at all, that feel more like a chore than the exciting part of makeup. I'm not into makeup that's not the colorful makeup. So I love blush, highlighter, bronzer, lipsticks, eyeshadows, all those kinds of things. That's really what I'm into, but everything besides that, I'm just more practical and I have one product that I like and use and that's gonna be it. I have two concealers, one in a pot, one is like a concealer pen thingy. I have one brow product that I use. I have one mascara that I use, that's just me. So brow releases don't really interest me, but when I saw this quad with these shades, I was like, that's pretty interesting. I would like to try if that really works as eyeshadow just as well as their other eyeshadows. And I really thought that the shades in there looked really nice and I could easily combine it with other palettes or with single eyeshadows. So when I saw this, I was like, if I would have waited a day, I probably would have put in that quad as well and just tried it. And then maybe even tried on my brows just for fun, just to see how it is. But yeah, I think the next time I'm gonna order from Juvia's place and this is in stock, I'm probably gonna put in that quad because I just think their eyeshadow formula is really nice. And if this is kind of like their usual eyeshadow formula, I definitely would want it. And then I actually don't know if I have talked about this Dior Birds of a Feather collection. I'm not sure, but it is available now and we have some of their Quint eyeshadow palettes, we have some rouge blush, we have some nail polish as well. I really don't know if I've talked about this, but I think it looks pretty interesting and it looks like a nice collection. I've already seen videos about it and it's now available in the Netherlands as well. I even saw it in real life and I think it looks really beautiful, but I also think I don't need it. Especially for this price, I don't really need to buy this. It's pretty nice. I think for Dior it's quite nice that they're coming out with something that looks a bit more special, creative, with some kind of duochrome shades, even though they are not that pigmented and not that extremely shiny. It's just a little bit more on the soft side as far as I've heard. But I thought it was a pretty nice collection. It was quite beautiful. So this is one that I can appreciate the vibes, but I definitely don't need it. But I just thought I would mention it. MAC Cosmetics has revealed a new collection called the Tempting Fate collection with 6 lipsticks, 3 eye pencils, 3 strobe face glazes. And this is going to be available in September in all countries, and I think the packaging on this looks really nice. We have kind of like that painting vibe going on here with the fruit. I think that looks really cool. I really like that style, but looking at this, I don't know if there's anything here that I would really want. If I see it in store, I will probably check it out, but I think I like the outer box packaging better than the actual packaging of the bullets of the lipstick. So probably I'm not gonna end up buying anything, but I did think that they are doing pretty well when it comes to their limited editions. Not all, but they've done some pretty beautiful looking collections this year, and it's making me feel kind of hopeful for MAC that maybe they're going a bit more in the direction of the right path. I feel like they strayed away really far from the path and everyone was like, what are you doing, MAC? Where are you at? Are you lost? So let's see where they are going with this. If this is a good sign that it's getting better with this brand. But I'm not really gonna be buying something, I think. And then, of course, what else? Colourpop has released some more of their quads. I feel like they're just pumping out collections of quads like there's no tomorrow, like their life depends on it. They're just releasing quads, so many quads every week, and I just can't keep up. I don't even know what they're doing anymore. I don't know what are all these collections, what are all these quads, what is the difference between them, what is going on. But they have released an astrology collection, which I thought was really weird because I feel like that was a trend we had a few years ago, and then that was the end of it, but apparently not. I was pretty sure we had seen the last of astrology makeup, but here we are again. And I don't know if I'm very happy with it. I don't feel like I was really missing it in my life. It was fun for a little bit there, but... So yeah, we have some new quads, and I've already told you what I think about these. I don't think they look very attractive. I'm just hoping that they will stop with these quads. I don't like them. Please release something else. Please give us something else, not these quads. They look so cheap, or at least change the packaging. I do like the quads that are in the limited editions where they have the cardboard packaging. I definitely like those more. This is not my taste. I don't like it. This packaging just looks so cheap. I feel like I'm talking about this in every episode of my Will I Buy It because they keep releasing it and I keep saying that I don't like it, but it's just the truth. This is just what I think when I see this. Even if I like some of the colors here, I just don't think I'm gonna be using it in the end, and I'm gonna be excited about it in the end because I just don't like this packaging. I don't get this release. Too Faced is coming out with another one of their holiday palettes that we have seen a lot from these past years. They started out with their gingerbread eyeshadow palette, and that just was one of their most popular releases, I think, in a long time. I think those sold really well. People really loved it. But now they're just bringing out something similar, just a little bit tweaked, every year for the holidays. And this is the Cinnamon Swirl eyeshadow palette. Looks like a pretty generic warm toned eyeshadow palette with a pop of like pinky purple. And you know, I'm like, I can hate on this palette, and we can all hate on this palette, and we can be like, it's so boring, we've seen this, but I think this is still gonna sell well. Because this is a type of palette that people are gonna buy as a gift. And they're gonna buy it because they feel the holiday vibes. Of course, after they're probably gonna forget about it, even if it's good quality. But I think people who are really into that holiday mindset, really into the holiday spirit, are still gonna buy this kind of stuff. I think this is still gonna sell. I think a lot of people are gonna be like, it's a holidays and this is cute, I'm into the mood, I'm in the mood for something like this, so I'm just gonna buy it. Or people are gonna be like, I have a niece that really loves makeup and this is a really cute kind of holiday themed palette, I'm just gonna buy this. So I think that this is probably a smart business move from them to keep releasing these palettes. But of course, as a beauty lover, it's really predictable. It's not that interesting. It's nothing we haven't seen before. But I have a feeling that they aren't just releasing this. So probably the average consumer is quite into this. I'm not gonna buy it, but I do get it. I do kind of get these releases. Trixie Cosmetics is coming out with the Planned Decay collection, and there's an eyeshadow palette, some lip glosses, some different things. And I haven't really tried this brand, haven't heard a lot from them, haven't watched any reviews, don't really know what's going on, but I do have to say that the color stories that I've seen looked pretty cute. And I think this once again is a pretty cute color story. You can go pink and neutral, it can go more green, blue, we have some teals. I quite like how this looks, but it's just, I don't know this brand, I haven't tried this brand. Is it enough to convince me to try them? No, but I am keeping an eye on them. If I would see a bunch of really great reviews all of a sudden, maybe, who knows, I would pick it up. Well, I don't know about that, but I would definitely be more interested to eventually try the brand. It's just, if I really haven't heard anything, it's hard to decide unless it's like the most interesting release I've ever seen in my life. So I do think it's pretty cute. I'm not gonna be picking it up, but kind of keeping an eye on them. YSL is coming out with the Holiday 2020 collection, or they are revealing it, of course. And this is gonna be quite a neutral pinky leaning palette. I also see some lipsticks here. I'm not interested in this at all. This is not a brand that really interests me, and I don't think this palette is gonna be worth it for me. I don't think it's gonna be special enough. It looks pretty like generic, pretty bland. If you're rich and you like more neutral basic eyeshadow, then I can imagine this being for you, but it isn't for me. Then Kiko Milano has come out with their Charming Escape limited edition. I saw this on their Instagram, and actually right away I ran to the store, I bought some things and I filmed a video. My video on this collection is already up on my channel. I will link it down below. But I was like, this is so beautiful. I really want to try some things. So yeah, I bought it and I already tried it out. I tried some of these things out multiple times already. Pretty excited about this collection. Of course, it's like typical Kiko with their collections. They always have some similar products, similar vibes. And especially if you tried their stuff before, then you kind of know what to expect. But I do think that the packaging on this collection is really, really beautiful. Sometimes they kind of recycle their packaging, do something that's really, really similar, or their packaging is just nice, like looking at the cardboard, but the actual bullet of the lipstick isn't that nice. But I felt like everything in this collection looked really, really beautiful. Colourpop is coming out with the Sonic Blooms eyeshadow palette. This is gonna be available at Ulta, and I believe that all the things that they release for Ulta eventually come to their website in like 2-3 weeks. You just have to wait a little bit. I don't feel like I've seen something not coming to their website. You just have to wait a little bit. But when I saw this palette, I was like, haven't we seen this before? It looks so much like something they have released recently, but I don't know what it is because that was also really boring, bland and generic. I mean, when I look at this, it looks so uninspiring, uninteresting, and so I cannot remember what the other thing was that I saw that looked exactly like this. I feel like this is a release that they could have just skipped. They could have just scratched off the list, just let it go, don't do it, do something more interesting. This was definitely not the release by Colourpop I was waiting for. I'm really not interested in this. This just really feels like a filler release. Who's really gonna be excited about this? Maybe I'm really harsh on them, but I'm really wondering, is anyone really gonna buy this and be that excited about it? I don't know. It just looks really like anything they've ever done. Colourpop is also coming out with a new Disney collab, of course. What else? What else did you expect? There's a new Disney collab with Tinkerbell. We have an eyeshadow palette, a Super Shock Cheeks. We have some eyeliners, lip products. You know it, you name it, they have it all. And when I first saw this, I was like, it's pretty cute. It's a pretty cute color story. At least it's a color story, and I feel like there's an idea and some inspiration behind it. I like this palette. I think it's quite a cute palette, but I definitely don't need it. There's nothing here that I don't already have. I'm not that big a fan of Tinkerbell, so that also doesn't really pull me in. I think this is gonna sell pretty well. I think at least it's a color story, you know. Sometimes I feel with Colourpop that they forget about the existence of color stories. Give us a color story, not just some random colors together or something that's just one shade, that is just monochromatic. They tend to do that a lot. Maybe I'm really harsh on Colourpop in this video, but I'm just a bit bored with them and I think they can do better. Before, I feel like I wasn't as bored as some other people, but now I feel like they can really do better if they think about their releases for just a little bit longer. Just a bit longer, just to think about what is a really inspiring, interesting color story, something that we haven't done before. So this is better. This is better than other things that I've seen from them for sure, but I'm still not gonna buy it. It's also with Colourpop, if you don't like it, just wait a month and you have 10 other releases to choose from, so that's what I'm gonna do. PH Cosmetics is coming out with a new collaboration with Iggy Azalea, and they are coming out with a Totally 2000s Totally Plastic collection. There are 3 9-color eyeshadow palettes for $17 each. Also some false lashes, high shine glasses, 6-color face palette, and some sponges, brushes. So we have a purple palette, a blue palette. I don't see everything on this picture. I don't think they have fully revealed everything yet. But this seems to be pretty based on like Totally Spice, that vibe, like really plastic, pink, early 2000s. I get where they're coming from. I'm personally not that much of a fan of Iggy. I don't listen to her music. I'm not really aware what she does, what her music is, what is going on with her. So once again, that aspect of the collaboration isn't really pulling me in. I think it looks pretty cute, but also this isn't really something I'm really excited about. That's really my vibe. I don't really like cheap looking plastic packaging, and I get that that's the point of this collection and that's what they're trying to do, so I can kind of see past my personal tastes to see what they're trying to do. I think I get it, you know, it's pretty cute, but it's not something for me, and this really wouldn't be worth it for me. I'm not gonna buy this. Probably it's gonna be pretty nice quality. BH Cosmetics usually has pretty nice quality, but I'm not gonna buy any of this. Decay is coming out with another part of their Vanishing Species collection, a new range of lip cheeks. And these will be released in 5 shades. They're coming soon. I'm not really interested in this brand. I think they are pretty expensive and I'm not really in the position right now to pay that money. No, I'm not gonna do that, but I thought I would mention it. I do think there's something interesting about this brand. They do really nice packaging. Sometimes I watch videos on them because I'm just interested to see what the quality is like, and I have seen some good reviews of these lip products, but I'm not really gonna buy anything from this brand anytime soon. Maybe one day in the future, but not right now. Then I also wanted to mention that in the Care Bears collection by Violet Voss, there's also a small eyeshadow palette, a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. And I hadn't seen that before. That one is a little bit more on the pastel side, and I actually think it looks pretty cute. It has some pretty cute pastel shades. I don't mind it. I definitely like this one better than their bigger palette that seemed to be quite a generic rainbow palette. But I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but it's still pretty cute. I can appreciate it. Kimchi Chic Beauty is launching their Glaze to Go pressed pigment duos. They are available now for $9 each. There are 6 different shade variations. I don't really feel like buying duos like this. I don't really think I'm gonna be using it. Maybe if the formula would be really special of duos like this, I would think about it. But I know myself, and usually when I buy a bunch of pot eyeshadows that I can just put in magnetic palettes, I don't really use them a lot. There was a time that I never used them at all. Now I have 2 Essence single eyeshadows that I use quite a lot, that I do have in my rotation, but I don't want to add too many because then I kind of forget to use them. So this is not really a product that is geared towards me, but maybe if you're a bit more minimalistic with your collection and you don't really have the problem that you forget what you own, then this could be nice. I think if I would just have a makeup bag and I would just use the same products every day and keep it really simple, just one matte and a crease and a shimmer on the lid, then it would be nice to have a duo like this with a matte and a shimmer. So I already talked about the new NARS Holiday Cheek Palette that they have revealed that is releasing for holiday. They are also releasing an eyeshadow palette which is called the Bijou eyeshadow palette. And we have some swatches here and a picture of the palette. This is the first time I've seen what the palette is gonna look like. And I think this color story is pretty nice. It looks pretty cute. We have some duochrome shades in here as well, it seems. We have some neutrals, we have some warmer tones, cooler tones, bronzes, but also some pinky tones, purpley shimmer, some greens. I think there's quite a nice variation in this palette, and I actually am pretty interested. I of course first have to try the NARS eyeshadow palette that I want to buy. The Climax eyeshadow palette, that is basically the thing that's on my wish list right now, and I'm waiting for it to come to Europe. I want to order it, but it hasn't come to Europe yet. But if I really love the palette and I'm like blown away by it, and I think this is such a nice eyeshadow formula, it's really worth it, then maybe I would think about getting another palette. But I can't really say that yet. So I'm thinking about it, but I can't really make up my mind just yet. I first want to try their eyeshadow formula and then I can decide on other launches. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on this one. Then Bobbi Brown is releasing a bunch of new stuff for holiday 2021. There is so much here that I'm not gonna show you everything. I'm not quite sure yet what's gonna be what is part of what collection. But one thing I wanted to talk about are these cheek duos. I feel like they released cheek duos before, a pinky one and a peachy one, I believe. Haven't seen those anywhere here, but I thought those looked pretty interesting. But now they're doing more duos and we have a kind of warm pinky one and a bronzy one. I think this looks pretty beautiful. I'm pretty interested in it, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it in the end. I don't really want to buy more warm pink blush cheek products. I feel like I have enough of that, and I feel like the bronzer one looks a bit too deep for me. It doesn't look like it would totally work for me, but I did want to show it because I thought that these looked really pretty. Maybe it's something for you. And I think that's gonna be it for today's video. So that was it for all the new releases. I actually don't think I'm really gonna be buying any of these. I'm just really waiting for some things to come to the Netherlands, and I already know that I want to buy those, and I feel like that's kind of like taking up all the space on my wish list, and not a lot of the brands that I'm usually really excited about are releasing things right now. So yeah, I don't really think that I'm gonna be buying a lot of makeup except for the things that I already wanted right now. I do think there are some pretty interesting, pretty releases, but it's just not really enough to pull me in. So let me know in the comments if there's anything that you are gonna pick up. Do any of these really interest you? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye!